What's up, everybody? We just got home from Florida yesterday evening. I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock. 20-hour drive home. Florida sucked. We had some issues with the car there. I'll tell y'all what happened. 100% my fault. After, what was the last race, John?
Texas.
The last race we were at was at Ennis, and we were having trans brake trouble.
Electrical issues.
Electrical issue, burned up a transmission again. Took the transmission, got it fixed, brought it back. Brandon was gone for 2 or 3 days. Him and his girlfriend did a little mini vacation. I put the transmission back in the car. Everything was done. Hooking the shifter cable up, and when I usually hook up my shifter cable, I like to check it in every gear, pull the pin in and out, make sure everything's adjusted right. Brandon wasn't here. He normally helps me do that, so I stuck the cotter pin in and did not bend it. I had every intention of going back and checking the adjustment before we loaded the car and went racing. Long story short, I got sick with a toothache. We didn't go to the Louisiana race. I laid in bed for a couple days eating painkillers and antibiotics. Got my tooth feeling halfway decent. Loaded the car. We had to be in at Proline Tuesday of the following week. We went to Proline Fuel Tech to drop a motor off, have it freshened, pick up some stuff from Fuel Tech for the new car, and then we took off from there to my chassis guy's shop, kind of drop a bunch of parts off, checking out the place and meeting everybody that's going to build the car. Long story short, we got busy. I never went back and checked the transmission shifter cable, never bent the cotter pin. So Friday night when we pulled out to race our way in, we started our burnout in second gear. I shifted it to high, it didn't shift. At that point I thought there was something wrong with the transmission because we had just put it in the car. Never dawned on me. We went ahead and tried to make a pass thinking maybe the guy in the other lane would mess up or something, and he did not, and we got our ass beat. And I got to the finish line, pulled off, and looked down, and I could see the shifter cable just laying there. So we lost that race against the car that I know we could have outrun, and it was 100% my fault. I fucked up on that one, and there's nobody to blame but me. Live and learn. I can assure you that one will never happen again. I beat myself up over it for 2 or 3 days there at the racetrack. Drove home 20 hours, beat myself up over it, butt hurt. So, like I said, 100% my fault. I'm going to make some changes over the winter, and I'm going to get my mind better. I'm going to get my health better, and I know y'all have seen the rendering of the new car. Here's a big full-size rendering of it. We're going to show up next season with this car, and a little bigger crew, a little more drive, and we're not going to just show up and try to go rounds. We're going to show up and try to win a championship. I've been in several series before this No Prep Kings in 2009 and 2010, and I won the championship both years. So I know I'm capable. I need a better chassis. We need a little help, and I'm going to have to get off my ass and be a little less lazy, and that's all going to happen, rest assured. So that's pretty much where we're at now.
Are you glad that no prep season's over with?
I'm glad because we suck so bad that I'm ready to regroup. Last fall, we sucked pretty bad street racing, and we regrouped and focused on setting the car back up for the street. and we come out this spring and we kick ass on the street. This hasn't been aired, y'all haven't seen that yet, but it's coming. Now, we're fixing to, in 10 or 15 days, go back to street racing. So we're gonna put the car back in street mode. And then this winter, I am gonna focus on a No Prep King car and getting my shit together and getting back in the winter circle.
So the black car's strictly staying on the street from now on.
From now on, the black car will be street outlaws or street racing. And the new Chevelle will be for No Prep Kings. And a lot of people are asking me, well, why a Chevelle? Well, first of all, I don't like none of the new cars. And this might piss somebody off, but like a Lexus, come on, that's the ugliest fucking car that ever hit the fucking racetrack. It's fast, did it work? Yes, but that's not me. You see this ponytail? This is old school. So I'm gonna stick with an old school car. The Chevelle won't be any heavier. I mean, right now the twin turbo weights are stupid anyway, so it's not gonna be hard to make the car make weight. It's a little bit wider, it has a longer chassis, so it's gonna be it's gonna be a purpose-built car. There is a lot of things on my Camaro that are not where they need to be, and it's never gonna be that 370 car or 380 car that I need out there. Not consistent anyway. The car's been threes, but it's just not consistent, and it could just be so much better.
Explain to some of the viewers too, because we get a lot of questions about this, is that we've done a lot of work to the black car, blah, blah, blah. Explain to them that this car was built before the show.
100%. We built this car before no prep, before Street Outlaws. My little Monza that I used to race, the car ran 530s and was pretty dominant on the street. We had been in #1 several times. It had got to the point where anything any faster and it was dangerous. There wasn't enough chassis. So I sold it, built the black car, and our goal was a 499. And like first time we turned on 2 kits, it went from 5.0 to 480s. It just bypassed 490s altogether. So then the show came along, and for the first season or two, that was fast enough because I could do that 480 ever pass on the street. Then everybody started around me, started making more money, and I did not. And they started getting faster, so then we had to change stuff up on the car. We redone the front half, we've redone the parts of the back. And last winter, Larson redone the whole center because we had broke the cross member 3 times there where the 4-link bars tie in. So the car's just been patched and added to and upgraded from a 598 to a 632 to a 762 nitrous motor. And then at that point, we switched it up to the twin turbo 481X. And really from that point on, the chassis has just been pissed off. That combo just makes so much power that we can't get a grip on it. It never has 60 foot or 330 like it needs to be fast in No Prep Kings. So we need a purpose-built car for that, and that's what we're gonna do. I mean, this is my last hoorah. I'm gonna try this one more time for a year or two, and if it don't work out, I'll lick my wounds and sell shit and go on and find something easier to do.
So basically, we've been putting lipstick on a pig for the last.
We've been putting lipstick on a pig. I mean, now don't get me wrong, that car is plenty fast enough still to street race, and we know how to make it work on the street. We just have to, pretty much the car's got a wheelie about 400 foot, which we can make it do that. But if we can still get down the street fast enough to be competitive. There's a wall there at, say, high 4.0s with that car that you try to go faster, it just gets pissed off. It's just not happy. So
Well, let's talk about the new car. Since we posted that video of the new car, it has went ape shit. I mean, I think we're pushing like 106,000 views in just 4 or 5 days. People's love the car. Some of the things we asked, is, people are asking is like, are you going to leave it as much original as possible? Well,
It will have outside door handles. It will have all the factory lights, headlights, parking lights, tail lights. We will leave the outside looking as much original as we can. I don't know. I take a certain amount of pride in how my vehicles look. I'm just not going to race something that ain't up to par for me. I mean, I like a nice car. I always have. I mean, if you look around here at my vehicles, my Trans Am or my white truck, they look good. And I'm pretty good at having a vision in my head of what I want it to look like when it gets done. And really have never had any complaints. Everybody seems to like what I put together. That may be what we do after this show. Since I have good visions of how I like cars to look, we may throw some street rods together, and that may be the direction Monza 405 Motorsports goes when we're done racing. That, and at that point I will help Brandon and let him race for a while and see how competitive we can make him. Let him have some fun. He's definitely dedicated enough of his life to me in the last 10 years. So I would probably 2 years, and then I would like to help him do some racing. He's going to start racing before that, but in 2 years I'd like to put all my shit to the side and roll him a nice car in that stacker and take him racing. Let him enjoy it a little bit, or see if he enjoys it. It can be really enjoyable, and it can really suck. It just kind of depends on the success you're having.
well, so what's next in store right now? You just got back, meeting with Cameron. So what's the next process now with the car?
The car will be on the jig this week. My roller should have showed up there today or tomorrow. The car he's going to start with, he'll be posting pictures of that and sending them to me when he gets them. Then he's going to start building the chassis on a jig. He said 4 weeks he'll have the chassis done. We'll go back to Florida sometime around the 1st of December, either right before or right after PRI, and get fitted for the car, the seat, shifter, steering wheel, all that shit, and take him another truckload of parts. And right now the goal is a completely finished car ready to test the 1st of March. And I'm going to have about 8 different sets of rods over there, and we're going to test, throw rods in it, test, throw rods in it. We're going to do just like Ryan Martin this next year. We're going to test the shit out of it, and we're going to win some races one way or another.
Be competitive again.
Be competitive again. Yeah. That's no Prep Kings. Not those are 32 or 40 of the fastest freaking cars in the United States.
Yeah, they're fast.
When you got a 4.0 car and you don't go rounds, that tells you how fast they are. So it's gonna take some work. It's gonna take some money. Hell, I'll probably be broke by then. But
It means you had to sell more garage doors.
I mean, I could have quit this year and quit with some money in my pocket, but I'm not ready to go out like that. I want to make a statement. I got assholes on Facebook and Instagram that want to tell me I can't drive and a new car ain't going to make any difference. You know what I got to say to them? We'll see. I promise you I can drive as good as anybody. I'll sit beside anybody in the same caliber of car and watch what happens. I don't doubt my driving skills at all.
But sometimes having a year like this, opens up someone's eyes and realize what we have to do.
Well, I mean, the same thing happened last fall. Nebraska just kicked our ass. And we put the focus where it needed to be. And we come back this spring, and no, like I said, nobody's seen it. It ain't aired. But you're going to see that I still got what it takes to street race. So we'll put that black car back on the street. That seems to be where it's most happy. We'll let it do its thing there. And we'll bring this one out to No Prep Kings, and it's going to be happy there.
And it won't be long anyway at No Prep Kings that, I mean, you're one of the few that doesn't have 2 cars. You know, I mean, there's a few out there that don't, but all the ones that are competitive has got 2 cars.
Well, and I was also told that in between some of the No Prep King races that we were going to need to come back and film some street racing stuff on some of the small breaks. And there's just no way to shuffle one car back and forth, street, track, street, track, street, track. So if I can get the black car set back up, working on the street, it can sit right here, ready to go to the street anytime. We can roll home from a No Prep King, roll it into the street trailer, go race it, get back in the toter, and go back to No Prep Kings. Just gonna make life a little easier. I say that, but I mean, it's 2 cars is a lot more work, a lot more maintenance. But at this point, it's the only alternative. So.
Well, guys, we appreciate you guys checking out the video and all the comments, likes and shares on the video of the new car. Keep watching, and we'll post more updates as we get more of them for the new car, and they'll exclusively be on YouTube only.